All right. I think the audio should work now, right? Okay, cool. All right, what am I going to yap about today? So, regarding this revolution, right? I'm serious about this. But me just being me, I'm not like a super marketer guy. So, I am looking for people that understand where I'm coming from, which is the revolution has to be based on love and unity and knowledge and understanding. If it's not, then it's dead in the water. So if you do all this stuff, what you'll do is you'll do like, okay, let's do a project because, if you just say out there revolution, people think, like, probably violence, to be honest with you. And I'm not talking about anything. In fact, if you're violent, that's a whole different subject. That's a whole different type of people. There are violent people out there, but in this revolution, there's just no place for it. That type of violence just shows kind of like that you're not sophisticated. Sophisticated people don't use violence out of emotion. So that's just not allowed. Um, it's tough to do that, right? Because you get angry about things. I see this one guy I follow. Yeah, I follow conservatives because I don't care. There's a lot of things I don't like about this guy. That's not the point. The point is that he's limited because he is a conservative. He doesn't really give good, I believe, analysis on the subject. And to be honest with you, with a lot of conservatives, I'm really disappointed at their lack of support for Palestinian people. They too, because they are conservatives, they're going to be more inclined to look at everybody else's labels and which labels are good or bad, right? In this case, they don't want to seem pro-Palestinian because that'll mean that they support these kind of so I'm struggling for a term because this is a tough one. Some call them anti-Semitic, right? But this is just not the case. It is really, really, really sad that the media has successfully conflated the word, and people don't even know what a Semite is. Nobody gives a fuck. All I know is these people over here are murdering these people. That's the only thing they give a fuck about. That's kind of how you know who runs the media, because just the simple, they just say, if you're pro-Palestinians, that means you're anti-Zionist. It shows you right there the level of deceit that we're dealing with. And yeah, the media's, that's their job to lie to everybody. And it is disappointing that people choose to think that these media people owe them any real information. It's really, really sad. But you have to look at what Zionism is. Obviously, just me saying that right there means that nobody will ever see this video, but everybody's talking about it for a reason. Has nothing to do with Jews, but the media keeps pretending it does, and people are confused, don't know what to think. People don't even really care. They just say, like, just take my tax dollars and give it to Israel so I can move on about my day. Yeah, ultimately, for me, I'm gonna always point the finger at us. If I ever start bitching to somebody about like a corporation or a bank or a government, then I'm completely off script because their power comes from us. It's our choice. All this shit is our fault because we fucking let it go. We say, okay, just tell me I'm right and make me afraid of the other guy because that's the bad guy, right? And they just laugh at you guys. It's not sophisticated. So I'm suggesting, right? There we go. Oh yeah. And you kids, if there's any kids out there listening to this, don't take our example. Don't take our example. We fucked up, okay? We thought it was about me being a liberal or me being a conservative and the other guy is the bad guy. That's what we thought. We were tricked. We were deceived. Don't do this. This is not going to work out for you. That's if you're like a high school kid, junior high school kid, some of y'all are getting older, and I'm sure you're looking at adults going, what the hell's going on with these crazy people? Yeah, they've been absolutely turned into crazy people by the media. Good call. You're right on that. You know what? And we owe you an apology, and I've apologized before, I'll apologize again. We fucked up, we're sorry, but this is what we're gonna do about it, right? We're gonna kick this revolution kicked off here, all right? We're gonna get rid of the bad guys. First, we gotta unite, and then once we're united, because we will get united, then we're gonna hold people accountable and understand that this is our fault. At the end of the day, we're gonna thank them because we should have done this sooner. It was kind of in their best interest. I mean, it was kind of serendipitous, if you will, right? Meaning that couldn't see this bad thing having a great graven outcome. But look, all we're talking about right now, all I'm talking about is the cycle of the wheel, the yin and yang wheel. It keeps spinning, right? And sometimes you gotta step up and do your part and make sure that thing keeps spinning, right? With the younger people right now, they're bringing in some really powerful, positive energies. I know that to a lot of people that sounds whatever, okay, but you can call it a belief system, but there's a lot of validity to this stuff, and a lot of this stuff is how they actually think and know certain things. So I get it. It sounds hocus pocus, but if you're not familiar with some of the things that these people believe in or understand, it's it's hard to have the conversation about that, and it would be difficult if you did want to know to kind of update yourself on the esoteric, right? But it's not something that you can just wave off and say that's kooky. No. These people know what they're talking about. These people know what they're doing, to the point where our own government has been massively involved in understanding how to weaponize these things. Yep, it took your money and said, we're going to learn how to psychic spy. Oh, we're going to, whatever it is. All right, so that's all I had to say today. I see once again, I've got 0 views. That's okay. That's okay.